The new Prime Minister of Cambodia has arrived in China for his first official trip abroad since taking oath last month. Anisa De Guzman tells us more.
Chinese officials warmly received Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet as he arrived in the capital of Beijing on Thursday for a 3-day official visit. During the visit, Hun Manet will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping and other high-ranking Chinese officials. The Cambodian Prime Minister laid a wreath at a monument in Beijing's Tiananmen Square, the exact place where the founding of the People's Republic of China was declared on October 1, 1949. China is Cambodia's largest trading partner and investor, with numerous Chinese-funded projects, hotels, and casinos seen in the capital Phnom Penh and elsewhere around the country. Cambodia, on the other hand, is China's key diplomatic partner and supporter in regional and international forums. Despite his Western education, Hun Manet is expected to continue the strong partnership between Cambodia and China, just like his father and predecessor, Hun Sen, who ruled the Southeast Asian country for nearly 40 years. The 4-star general will also attend a trade and investment expo this weekend in southern China. The event will also be attended by prime ministers of Malaysia, Vietnam, and Laos, as well as senior government officials from Indonesia and Thailand. Di siya na Anisa De Guzman, Rangan Chakuntep Mahanakon, SMN News, para Thai, Sawadika.
Japan Prime Minister Fumio Kishida appointed the first female foreign minister of the country since 2004. He also appointed more in his new cabinet lineup following a reshuffle. Ria Saito has the details.
Japan's new foreign minister Yoko Kamikawa vowed to enhance the presence of Japan as the nation faces many challenges, including building stable ties with China. Kamikawa became the first female foreign minister since 2004, succeeding Yoshimasa Hayashi in the latest cabinet reshuffle of Kishida's administration. Kamikawa told reporters in Tokyo that she will make steps to raise Japan's interests. The new foreign minister was appointed at a time when the level of relations between Japan and China was already low due to the release of the treated radioactive nuclear wastewater from the crippled Fukushima nuclear power plant into the Pacific Ocean. Kamikawa, 70 years old, was a veteran former justice minister and is a graduate of Harvard's Kennedy School of Government. Aside from Kamikawa, 4 more women featured in Kishida's new cabinet lineup. This comes as Japan fell to 138th place out of 146 countries in the World Economic Forum's report on gender equality in terms of political empowerment for women this year. Japan.
One of President Bongbong Marcos' advisors has proposed a solution to the rice shortage issue in the country. Here's MJ Mondehar with the report.
During a press conference in Quezon City, Presidential Advisor for Poverty Alleviation, Secretary Lani Gadon, laid out suggestions for President Bongbong Marcos to address the rice problem in the Philippines. He stated that his office would draft a policy recommendation to restore the former authority of the National Food Authority, or NFA, as it was during the time of former President Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. During Marcos Sr.'s era, the NFA purchased rice from farmers at high prices, allowing the government to control the rice prices. This encouraged more farmers to cultivate rice after receiving substantial income.
Noong panahon ni Presidente Marcos Sr. ay isa yan sa role na ginagawa ng NFA. And nakita naman natin noon, hindi tayo nagkaproblema ng matindi sa bigas at sa presyo rin ng bigas nung panahon na yon.
It is said that before Marcos Sr.'s time, it was the Chinese traders who controlled the rice prices in the Philippines. However, this changed when the late president established the National Grains Authority, which later became the National Food Authority. During the 70s, the government arrested hoarders and price manipulators. The Defense Department also managed the distribution of rice and corn.
Masasabi ko yan sapagkat buhay na ako nung time na yon.
However, with the enactment of the rice tariffication law in 2019, the NFA's mandate to import rice was abolished. The private sector then was given unlimited authority to dominate rice imports to increase supply in the country. One of Gadon's suggestions to President Marcos Jr. is for the government to regain control over affordable rice and leave the importation of premium rice to the private sector.
Kasi yung mga negosyante naman, I'm sure that tutubo naman sila doon sa mga premium rice sapagkat marami rin naman kasi ang ating mga kababayan na gusto din yung premium rice.
During the peak of the 2021 election campaign, then frontrunner Bongbong Marcos expressed his desire to restore the NFA's role as top regulator in the country's rice supply. In fact, the president mentioned suspending the rice tariffication law. At present, Secretary Gadon is finalizing his policy recommendation and will be submitted to the President as soon as possible. Once the President agrees with his policy recommendation, farmers expect a better agriculture in the Philippines. For Ganabibig of the Philippines, I'm Jay Mondihar, SMNI News.
The region of Xinjiang proudly showcased its modern agricultural machinery touted to be efficient during harvest. Let's get to know more about this with Jade Calabroso's visit to one of the largest manufacturing companies in China.
We are amazed every time we see modern tools used in farming and harvesting in the Philippines. Because as many always say, as a country with many agricultural lands, the Philippines needs modern machinery to improve our harvesting methods. Here in Urumqi, Xinjiang, China, the region touts modern equipment used for harvesting. These modern machines are hyper-efficient and surely made farmers work much easier.
Narito tayo ngayon sa Xinjiang Machinery Research Institute kung saan ginagawa yung mga corn harvesting machine. Isa ito sa pinakamalaking manufacturing company dito sa China.
Built in 2011, the Xinjiang Machinery Research Institute is a China-based company primarily focused on developing, manufacturing, and distributing special equipment. With 700 workers, the institute can manufacture up to 25 sets of machines per day. 20% of its workers came from different ethnic groups in Xinjiang, including the Uyghurs. Among them is 22-year-old Aikerimo Dawuti, an Uyghur who has been working with the company as the head of the platform for 2 years. Aikerimo Dawuti earns 5,000 to 6,000 yuan, or more than 39,000 to 46,000 pesos per month. The company's main products include aviation vehicle structural parts, spacecraft structural parts, engine structural parts, corn harvester, silage harvesting machines, straw feed harvesting equipment, large-scale harvesting equipment, plow, special equipment for processing agricultural products, fruit equipment, and economic crop harvesting equipment, and so on. The institute is also involved in providing machine processing services and technical support, and most of its products are distributed in the domestic market or within China.
Reporting from Urumqi, Xinjiang, China. For God and my beloved Philippines, this has been Jade Calabroso, SMNI News.
SMNI and journalists coming from various countries worldwide had the opportunity to visit and explore the largest land port zone in Xinjiang, China. Jade Calabroso has the rest of the story.
The city of Urumqi, Xinjiang is one of China's trade hubs. Here lies one of the largest international land port zones in the country. Its construction began in 2015. Covering an area of 67 square kilometers, the Urumqi International Land Port Zone is a landmark project in the development of the Silk Road Economic Belt. Its primary goal is to strengthen trade and connections by land from China to Asian, European, and African countries. The core principle of the Silk Road Economic Belt is improving roads, railways, and infrastructure for trade that can contribute to the development of countries along its route.
Narito tayo ngayon sa Urumqi International Land Port Zone kung saan makikita ka natin kung paano nililipat yung mga container mula dito hanggang sa mga platforms.
According to local officials, the land port has experienced rapid growth due to increased trade in the past year. The number of trucks and cargo trains departing from China to Central Asian and European countries has increased significantly. More than 20 China-Europe Railway Express services operate through the land port, allowing over 200 types of goods, including textiles and machine parts, from China to reach more than 19 countries and 26 cities. The land port area plans to launch more China-Europe Railway Express trains and expand trade routes, especially towards countries in Central Asia and Europe.
Reporting from Urumqi, Xinjiang, China. For God and my beloved Philippines, this has been Jade Calabroso, SMNA News.